And to a fair extent, I have achieved that goal in terms of look and feel and mobility, right? So the expected benefits were that, like, I when I not to compare, but like when I see myself hanging out with friends of similar age, my batchmates, I see myself being doing things that they don't want to do, right? And I feel myself making choices in terms of food that they are somehow obligated with their own thought process on it going for those choices, right? So yeah, like, those are the expected benefits. And in terms of it also gave me a lot of confidence in doing things, career wise, and also in terms of went and did some adventure activities I was able to do only because of those things, right? Unexpected benefits were you know uh, how you become conscious of anything that you're doing, right? Like living, eating is one of the important parts of living, right? It that conscious awareness of uh, like probably going down to 5 levels of why, not only stayed with eating, it also moved to sleeping, it also moved to how you objectively look at work, what is the kind of stress you take and you don't take, right? I would also say it all built up to being more conscious of, for myself, like, one is through food it became the first part. Then I went on to do Vipassana, which was a 10 days course, and that made me conscious about myself, and anything that I come across, right? And then it helped me unlock few things in life which I did as a from my bucket list, right? Like whether it was an adventure cycling for 500 kilometers over 10 days, or it could be the India trip that I did with my parents between the two COVID waves for 70 days. I think all of this sort of the base would be somewhere where like how I got conscious for 1 year on what I ate and why I ate. Like, that the same level of consciousness was also there in Vipassana, right? Like, say, 10 days, you are only not reading, not eating, sorry, not reading, not speaking to anyone, not listening to anything, and just observing yourself, right? Like, it took me in another orbit of consciousness, right? Like, and that probably stayed on for a year, because I would say only a year, because your environment, sort of. Uh, it has a lot to do with what you become, right? Like, and the environment is not same all the time, but this session definitely impacted my subconscious level, and that's the job done, right? Like,